So you probably know, if I'm standing here in my favourite spot, I've probably got another new car, and I have. 2012 Passat, 2-litre TDI estate. It's the B7, so it's the sort of facelift one, really. Yeah, that's actually quite a nice car. So this one, it's done 164,000 miles. I've actually just this weekend, I only got it on, well, I got it on Friday. I've done 370 miles in it already, collecting a load of parts for some other my projects, which I'll go through probably later or tomorrow because it's getting dark. But yeah, I paid 1,300 quid for this. It's a bit battle scarred all around, really. But the main thing is, it's actually reasonably clean. Well, it is now. I've had it cleaned. It was pretty filthy inside. 6-speed manual, and it's actually a nice car. I averaged 52 to the gallon nearly on my trip. Nice big boot with the seats folded down. It is huge. And so what's the story? Well, a friend of mine's mother-in-law was getting another car, and he said she's probably going to go to We Buy Any Car, and so I priced it up on We Buy Any Car, took into account the other marks. There's some other dings down here, another one here, and I offered 1,300 quid, and the offer was accepted. So it's funny enough, it's got quite apparently a lot of service history with it. I haven't seen that yet, but I found this. They've actually marked down all of the fill-ups they've done. In fact, it's just come back from a trip to France there. So I'm assuming that this book goes back to early 2022, but I'm assuming that they probably had a book from when they got this, which was in 2015. So, as I said, it's 164,000. It has got an airbag error, and randomly it has engine management light, which I think is probably the EGR valve, typical on any of these old diesels. Hasn't got the climate control, it's just got the normal aircon, but electronic parking brake. And let's see if I can get some light in here. How do I get some light? Yeah. It's got the SE seats, which these need a clean. I'm thinking of getting some full leather sports seats for this. Back seats are okay, but it's actually been a really nice, comfortable car for the trip that I've done. So what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to keep it. Actually, it's a decent car, well maintained, and you know, for 1,300 quid, it's actually a perfect daily, really. Apart from the fact it's got a DPF, which I'll have to keep an eye on because I'll probably use it for shorter journeys. Probably going to get it remapped, get the EGR valve mapped out if that's what's causing the problem. Unfortunately, I left my diagnostic reader in Spain. Having got back from Spain, I realised I'd left it out there, so I've got to wait for my parents to get back with it so I can plug it in. Yeah, as you'll see in the next part of the video, I've managed to collect a whole leather interior for my Alpina and a set of alloys for the Rover 200, and some door cards as well for the Rover 200, which are Rover 25 door cards that I got. So yeah, a lot of driving over the weekend, but no, I'm really impressed with this. Obviously it needs its few issues sorting out. The airbag light, not sure what that is yet. Possibly a wire under the seat. it needs also I noticed the mirror cap on the passenger side is a matte colour. It's obviously had a new mirror cap at some point, so that needs spraying. So I might use this as a bit of a tester just to see how I get on with doing some rattle can spraying on certain areas like the mirror cap and maybe even on the front bumper there. So yeah, so this is probably not many other videos going to come out on this, unless anyone's interested in seat swap when I do it. But apart from that, I'm just going to keep running it and see how it gets on with daily life. This is the common rail, not the PD. So the Jetta that I had the PD engine. This is a lot smoother, a lot quieter, and I assume at this mileage it's not had any issues. So I'll see how it gets on. But right, let's go and see what I picked up from my road trip. I went to Birmingham, Burton-on-Trent and Sandy, so yeah, it was a big round trip. So over to me the next day. Right, so it's the next day now, and here is the interior. So I've got the door cards, seats, rear seat, and obviously the base. And you can see it's coming up very well. It's not in that great condition, but I've used some of this Auto Bright all-purpose interior cleaner, and you can see just on that bit there it's come up really well. I've also tried it on the bolster there, and I think they're going to come up really well. But I have ordered a lemon leather restore kit from eBay, which is basically a dye, and I'm just going to do a light covering of all of the seats so that they are restored back to normal. You can actually see, and I don't know if you can see it in the sun, where the seat belt was on this section. That's the original colour. I'm not sure if it's coming out on the camera, but it's slightly faded. So they're all in pretty good condition. There's no rips or tears or anything in there. Same with the base. But yeah, it's just this bit here is the main bit where the colour's gone, but that'll be restored, and again there's no rips. So only thing is they are pre-LCI seats. Mine's an LCI, difference being that on the LCIs they had active headrests, whereas with these ones they're adjustable manually. But to be honest, for what I paid for these seats, which will be in another video, I'm not complaining. I'm just going to need the resistor for the plug for the active headrest, and then maybe at some point in the future I can get some heated LCI front seats to put in. But no, really happy with that. And the second thing is these wheels under here, which I just need to move this seat base. And this was my other purchase. It's a set of Phoenix 15-inch wheels for the Rover 200, which were an accessory option when the car was new. They're not in great condition. This one needs some damage repair done there, but I'm going to get them refurbed, new tyres, and they're going to go on the 200. I did actually offer one of the wheels up just to see what it looked like, which I'll put on the screen now. And I think it's actually going to transform the car. Obviously needs wheel arches doing and a few other bits, but I'm really happy with that. The other thing I got, which is in the Rover at the moment, is the door cards for the Rover, similar to these, but obviously the Rover ones, I got Rover 25 ones, because they don't go all crispy like the Rover ones, the Rover 200 ones, so they also need to be fitted. But yeah, it's been a good weekend, lots of driving, but really happy with the parts that I've got.